One small step for SBU-TV, one giant leap for Supermoon. And I sit down with Bonaventure's new women's basketball coach. Stay tuned. Hello, and welcome to SBU-TV. I'm Ethan Kibbe.
And I'm Catherine Brown. St. Bonaventure women's basketball team has a new coach. Ethan has more.
When Coach Jim Crowley left St. Bonaventure last year to become the head coach of Providence College, Jesse Fleming saw an opportunity. Crowley's departure opened the door for Fleming to return to the team that he once managed. A St. Bonaventure alumnus, Fleming says he never expected Crowley would leave and was surprised when the job became available.
Luckily for me, this opportunity did happen, and now we're getting to start a neat experience here.
Although Crowley is gone, Fleming says parts of Crowley's legacy at Bonaventure remain intact.
I think there is a huge chunk of my background and how I coach is Coach Crowley.
Fleming says he has no expectations for his team except hard work and constant improvement all the way through the end of the season.
The most important month of the year is March, so let's be the best basketball team we can be in March.
Fleming has big shoes to fill, but says he is thrilled with the opportunity he's earned.
Just really excited to be back and excited to work with a great staff and a great group of girls.
For SBU-TV, I'm Ethan Kibbe.
This is Fleming's first job as head coach.
This week, KE took a look at the sky and shot for the moon.
If you looked up at the moon this past Monday, you probably noticed something a little bit different about it. Well, you were fortunate enough to witness the closest supermoon to Earth in 68 years. So what exactly is a supermoon? St. Bonaventure physics professor Dr. James Pienka helped me clear that up.
The moon's orbit around the Earth is elliptical. Every 14th full moon is a supermoon. It happens more frequently than what people think. And there's times when the moon is closest to the Earth while on its orbit. And during these times, the moon will appear larger in area and brighter. That is the supermoon.
Although these moons occur often, this one is unusual due to the fact that it's a couple thousand miles closer than your average supermoon. It might be a while before you see one this close.
In 2032, it will be this bright again.
For SBU-TV, I'm Catherine Brown.
If you missed this month's supermoon, keep an eye out for the next one on December 14th.
County legislators are hoping to see some new recreation trails around the county. Amelia Kibbe has more.
Cattaraugus County Legislator John Padlow says he wants residents to take a hike, literally. Padlow, a Democratic vice chairman of the Development and Agriculture Committee, along with the committee chairman, are seeking a new county-wide trail system.
And it's just a matter of us turning over all the stones out there and looking at all of our options and opportunities and taking advantage of them.
The plan would include expanding current trails, such as the Allegheny River Valley Trail in Olean and Allegheny, and the Pat McGee Trail beginning in Salamanca. Padlow says it would also promote new trails.
While Padlow says discussions are still in the early stages, one plan would be to combine the county's existing trails, including this one right here by St. Bonaventure.
$22,000 in county budget money and $28,000 from the Appalachian Regional Commission will fund a study by a Rochester firm, Padlow says.
The grant that we're putting in for is to develop a plan, and from this plan, we're going to be able to have more concrete ideas as to what exactly we'll be doing.
Padlow believes a trail expansion will help tourism in the county.
Increase people's opportunity to see more of Cattaraugus County and again to maintain a healthy lifestyle.
Padlow says the county will work with property owners once a more concrete plan is developed. With SBU-TV, I'm Amelia Kibbe.
Padlow says once the study is underway, a fundraising plan for actual trail construction will begin.
Got milk? Some farmers have too much. I took a trip to a farm to learn more. The Wall Street Journal, the price of milk has dropped 36% in the past 2 years. Prices are so low that some farmers are dumping milk because it's cheaper than paying for it to be taken to a dairy.
With the price of milk falling, farmers have had to adjust to survive.
Jody Martin, who farms with his wife, Joan, his son Adam, and his grandchildren, says the falling prices have hurt his bottom line, and he has had to make do with less.
I guess you could say you learn to adapt by making things last as long as they can last, even if they start to wear out. Duct tape it up and you use it a little bit longer.
Like many farmers, Martin says when milk prices were good, he bought new equipment. He assumed the milk revenue would pay for the much-needed tools.
Sure enough, a year and a half later, milk prices plummeted. So now you're trying to scrape enough money together to pay those payments you need to make on them.
Martin says he's had to find other ways to make money for his family.
Once in a while, we'll sell an extra pig if we have enough money to raise an extra.
According to Martin, there's little farmers can do but hope the price of milk goes up soon. Until then, his game plan, he says, is simple.
You just do what you got to do to survive.
For SBU-TV, I'm Ethan Kibbe.
Martin says low prices may ruin some family farms.
Do you know where to park on campus during basketball games? Nate Discavage has the story.
With the 2016 St. Bonaventure basketball season underway, let's take a look at where you can and cannot park to attend the games. First, for those of you coming from off campus, Director of Safety and Security Gary Segru explains where to go.
We call lots A and B. Lots A and B runs from out front of the Richter Center all the way down to the facilities department and the lot across the street from facilities.
And for those of you who are part of the Bonaventure Athletic Fund or have Hall of Fame seating, here's where you can park.
You are allowed to park on the outdoor basketball courts as well as out front of the Richter, out in front of the Riley Center, and the parking lot across from facilities.
Is this your first game, or are you just a casual fan? Well, don't worry, St. Bonaventure's got you covered too.
Then we ask them to park in the academic lots across from Glassman.
And Bona students, make sure to check your emails to see where you are allowed to park to avoid getting ticketed.
2 days before each basketball game, we send out a notice to the students telling them where not to park, and for the most part, we get 100% compliance.
So what is the biggest issue when it comes to parking for safety and security? Well, Segru has more.
Generally in men's basketball games, an issue is handicap parking. We try to make handicap parking available to all that need it. People that are in wheelchairs can access our Lot A, our premium lot. We offer a drop-off area right in front of the Riley Center, and then they can go park elsewhere.
Now all that's left to do is to go to the game. For SBU-TV, I'm Nate Discavage.
Segru said that anyone visiting campus for a basketball game will not be ticketed for parking in the wrong spot as an act of goodwill from the university.
With the holiday season and finals quickly approaching, the St. Bonaventure community finds a new way to relieve stress and think about what's really important.
While Christmas-themed commercials may have already made their yearly debut, the university community focuses on Thanksgiving. Professor Kimberly DeSimone came up with a crafty way to show gratitude.
I know that there was the stress of midterms just ending and the holidays were coming and it gets close to the end of the season, so I was like, I'm going to go ahead and start this.
She started a thankfulness chain on the second floor of the John J. Murphy Professional Building.
Students who want to participate can grab a strip of paper and a marker and write down what they're thankful for.
Participants can add their pieces of paper to the chain.
I just love the idea of taking a moment to be grateful. It's really hard when you're losing yourself in stress or you're annoyed or whatever. If you really sit there and you think I need to be grateful just for a minute, I need to have gratitude, I need to think about all that I have.
DeSimone says she also sees the chain as a way to bring the campus community together. She enjoys getting to meet new students.
Let's leave it up through the holiday, the Thanksgiving holiday, everyone's got the break, and then I thought maybe after opening them all and having them open on the walls.
By focusing on gratitude now, DeSimone hopes it will encourage people to be more thankful all year round. With SBU-TV, I'm Leanne Bunny.
The decoration will be up through Thanksgiving break, so there's still time to add to the chain.
One of our favorite beer drinking reporters is giving you a sneak peek at an event coming up in December. Here's Chris Gilbert with more.
Do you like craft beer? If the answer is yes, then St. Bonaventure has the event for you. Pray Vivo. Come out December 3rd between 1 and 3 to taste beers from 5 local breweries. An information session on the brewing process, as well as the impact that Bonner Response has all around the world, will also take place. The event will feature breweries from Brockport, New York, Elkville, New York, Rochester, New York, Lakewood, New York, and right here in Olean, New York. SBU students are $17 and everyone else is $25, and you can purchase your tickets online now. You must be 21 to attend the event. All proceeds go to Bonner Response, and this event promotes safe and responsible drinking.
Seems like Chris had a few too many beers while making that video, and I believe it.
I don't think I should comment on that either way, to be honest.
Well,
a new change has made its way to campus this year. Natalie Kuchko has the story.
This year, St. Bonaventure administration has taken steps toward inclusion. Gender-neutral bathrooms are now placed around campus in 13 areas. I spoke with Rick Tritley, Vice President for Student Affairs. He commented on the latest addition.
We must respect a student's chosen gender identity. That may be different than their identity from their biological birth.
Bonaventure administration is taking measures to make sure that gender-neutral bathrooms are welcomed on campus. Pretty soon, individual bathrooms like this one will be no more.
Obviously, St. Bonaventure wants to be as inclusive as possible for all students, staff, and faculty.
From this point forward, transgender people can use a bathroom facility comfortably without worry. Bonaventure is seeking to make this movement a permanent one. For SBU-TV, I'm Natalie Kuchko.
Tritley also said the university is contemplating adding gender-neutral dorms and locker rooms.
Love, betrayal, and murder, oh my. SBU Theater brings Hamlet to life. Sammy Arena has the story.
Hi, welcome to the show.
To see or not to see? That is the question. And the answer, I saw.
I did love you. Once.
Indeed, my lord, made me believe so.
You should not have believed me. I love you not.
The lights are up, the stage is set. It's showtime.
The SBU Theater program debuted their performance of Hamlet last weekend, and the community got to see a new interpretation on a famous Shakespearean tragedy.
Be thou familiar, but by no means vulgar. Those scribes thou hast in their adoption tried, relevant unto thy soul that proves the steel.
I got a chance to sit down with Hamlet's director and SBU Theater professor Dr. Ed Simone to discuss the SBU Theater program and the production.
One of the things that's great about the ensemble that we have with Hamlet, and when I talk about ensemble, I mean everybody, the designers and the technicians and everybody, is that everybody's on board with the idea that in order to have a great production, you have to focus, you have to concentrate. I mean, we do professional work here.
And the professionalism stems from a long history of arts here at St. Bonaventure.
There had always been performance at Bonaventure. There's been theater performance here since the 1870s. You know, one of the things that we pride ourselves on in theater, and this is true really for all of the arts, is that the ensembles and the productions of plays and so forth are not necessarily limited to majors and minors. I mean, our auditions and classes are open to everyone, and we think that's very important because that's kind of a Bonaventure thing.
Brevity is the soul of wit, and this play was filled with it. For SBU TV, I'm Sammy Arena. SBU Theater will be producing The Iliad for their spring semester performance.
This week in seasonal fun, Madeline took a drive to a local Christmas tree farm.
'Tis the season, and when the turkey is gone, holidays begin. And Johnson's Santa's Forest in Franklinville is ready for anything.
In just a few short weeks, these trees will have a new home and a new look, all ready for the Christmas season.
Open dawn to dusk, 7 days a week, Johnson's Tree Farm offers a variety of fir and spruce trees at a chop-your-own rate, starting at $40 and going up based on size. After picking your perfect tree, Johnson's packs it in netting and loads it in your vehicle so it can safely make it to light up your home. Besides trees, Johnson's also offers bows, wreaths, and cookies. For SBU TV, I'm Madeline Fairclough.
Johnson's opens the day after Thanksgiving. To find a tree farm near you, visit the link below.
The election is over, but the buzz is not. Chris Gilbert tells you more.
So, right now, Mr. Trump, to answer your call for political honesty, I just want to say, you're not going to be president, all right?
Well, Mr. Colbert, you are wrong, and Donald Trump is our president. And this past Wednesday, St. Bonaventure students took to the Murphy Auditorium to listen in on 4 professors and 1 student talking about the election and their reactions to it. The panel consists of Dr. Lee of the JMC School, Dr. Brickman of the Political Science Program, Dr. Kubel of the International Studies Program, Dr. Gross of the Sociology Program, and J.W. Cook, a senior political science major.
I thought it was a great panel. We had panelists, everyone had their own area of expertise, and I think together we opened a really valuable discussion.
I think it went really well. Honestly, whenever you get sociology, the journalism school, and political science together, I think those are really the 3 main components you need to have a productive discussion about this conversation.
There were multiple questions asked at the event, but the panelists encouraged students to keep asking more.
Mostly, I think what came out of this is some interesting ideas, but more questions, right? And so actually, I hope the students left with more questions, right? That they are seriously going to look to find answers for.
I think that the students in the audience, we had a really good turnout today, and I think they had a chance to say what was on their mind. And we had a lot of questions after the presentations were over. So, all in all, I thought it was a very successful day.
We can't answer all the questions here. Okay, this is a conversation that I would like to see continue on and on.
The panelists would be open to doing this again, and they hope to keep fielding questions about this historic election. For SBU-TV, I'm Chris Gilbert.
Donald Trump is to be inaugurated on Friday, January 20th.
That's all for us here at SBU-TV. A huge thanks to all of our viewers as we head home for break. I'm Ethan Kibbe.
And I'm Catherine Brown. We'll be back on December 2nd. Have a very happy Thanksgiving.
There it is.